history has been made, my friends.
What's happening?
History has been made.
I know.
Brett has officially beat God of War 2018. Everybody, it has happened. I have beat it. I rolled credits. It is done. I didn't do it by the time the game came out, but it's okay. It happened. Oh, it's done. Not only had that happened, though.
Oh, what else?
But I've also played almost 8 hours of Ragnarok. Can you believe that?
Coming out fresh.
I'm here to talk about it and review it with my buddies right here. And Austin, you've been playing Ragnarok as well. How much have you played of Ragnarok?
10,
I think 10 hours.
15 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
10,
I'm only 8% in the game.
Yeah. Jason, how far have you gone in the game?
Oh, I beat it.
Yeah, this
much
is
as
a
we
spoiler-free
can.
review. We're going to talk all about it right here.
Yeah.
I want to hear your thoughts generally across the board. How did you feel about it? Yes.
They have improved it a lot. And that's from the accessibility. I just recently found out that you can go in there and change a bunch of stuff that would help you. Like you can do auto pickup. So that means you can auto pick up health bars, health stones and the rage stones like automatically. He'll just run up to it, smash it, when you run by it. That helps out so much in boss battles. And then also they improved on the upgrading mechanic and seeing your gear. You can actually pick one gear, stick with it, and just upgrade it fully out instead of just what they had in the old game. You can only upgrade it by 2 or something like that, depending on the gear.
Honestly, it was so convoluted in the last UI that I didn't realize where I could even see the upgrade.
And that's another thing that they did. Once you pull up the menu to go talk to the dwarves or whatever, it automatically shows you all the gear and which ones are upgradable.
Yeah, upgradable or like
it'll highlight
or whatever.
Like craftable, upgradable, and you're just like, oh, this is so easy. I can just go and follow it and go through that. So at first, what I thought was going to be a hindrance, and then it turns out to be very helpful, which is a new game mechanic, is that you can grab items. You can grab like a stone, a rock, a tree, and hit someone with it.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Boy, talking about feeling like a god, you can just grab it and throw it. It helps out so much to break up the monotony of just like hack and slash, because you can actually plan out your attack a little bit better.
Dude, literally for the first couple of times I went up there, I was like, what the hell is this puzzle I'm supposed to figure out? I had no idea that was what that was for. And then I finally looked at it, I was like, oh, duh. There was like enemies up there. I could have freaking pulled that thing
out. Yeah, it's like you don't even realize, especially coming off the old one. Before you go into battle, you can charge up your weapon to do like extra damage.
Charge up the chain and lit it on fire.
Eventually, you can get, not even that. You can just sit there and hold triangle with whatever weapon you have, and he'll charge it there. But eventually, you'll get to a point where you'll see your icon at the bottom left where it shows what weapon you have equipped. And a bar will slowly fill up on that weapon. Once it fills up completely, you can hit L1 and triangle, and it automatically just charges them. And you can just do so much damage. It's freaking nuts. And another thing that I appreciate that they kind of did is more dismemberment. Like, so much more. Like, you hack and slash it. And like in the last game.
I love it with the, I don't know if it's the axe or I think it's with the axe. Like, you throw some guy in the air and he's horizontal and you just bring it down, put him in half, and then he's like,
my gosh. And it's not even like a cinematic finisher. It's just like going through the motions. You're slicing off. And like in the last game, it didn't really show that much because they'll disappear right off the bat. On this one, they really get into the gruesome part of it. And like Austin said, I love doing that with axe, just popping them up and just slicing them right down the middle.
Yeah.
And it's just so fluid, and I love it.
Stabbing the toads in the gut and then slicing them straight down their body. I'm like,
good.
dude,
it's crazy.
Cutting heads off.
I will say one of the things that really surprised me about this, I didn't expect, because I mean, it was cool coming right off of 2018, like literally 2 weeks prior to playing this, or a week prior to playing this. The graphics are way better than I thought they were going to be.
God.
They are, like when I was walking through like, the snow here and stuff like that, and I was running around, I was like, holy shit, this is real.
Yeah.
Like this is straight up, and it's like every like movement that I made of where I was walking was all coming into play, and I was like, this thing looks so good. And then when you went to the first like realm, like just the blue water against like the stark like brown contrasted, like, and then just like the detail on the rock and everything, I was like, this game looks fucking good.
So there's one realm that you go to, and I don't want to say it, but I do. It just looks, as soon as you jump in there, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And Travis was walking by as I was playing. He's like, dear God, man, these graphics. And I was just like,
you're missing out.
I know, man. and like a tear just shed down. It was just like it's just so gorgeous. It's so beautiful. But beyond that, there was a lot of good updates to the battle, to the gameplay. Storyline wise, they opened up strong, and it is a friggin' emotional roller coaster with every single one of these characters that you encounter. The dwarves themselves, their own little like storyline that happens, it hits you pretty hard.
Yeah.
And even Kratos, on the first one, Kratos saw that his future, he was going to die in Atreus' arms. And now he is dealing with that fact and trying to spend time with his son and prepare him for that outcome, that ending. And then also not reverting back to being how he used to be. And he's trying to fight that so much and try to fight faith, because that's what it is now. And he knows it. And it just... You can sense that in the story. You can sense it between these two characters, and it's just like, man, just talk to the kid, let him know what's going on, what's up.
Yeah,
boy, it gets really deep, and
No, I like that because the first one he's learning to be a dad, and he finally becomes that dad.
Yeah.
At the very end,
Very
it's
end.
beautiful. I'm like, where do we go from here? And now watching him, fight himself at every turn. And being the dad, like his son's getting upset with him. He's a teenager, right? Or like,
he's like
early-
teens. Yeah,
he's in
well,
his
and the son's
tweens,
starting
maybe.
to be able to like make his own decisions
yeah.
and way. He's getting to that age where it's like, how do you, Mimir is always telling him, it's like, brother, you gotta give
let him be a
some
boy.
space,
Yeah.
let him make his own mistakes and stuff like that. And
because he wants to, like, I want to go do this and I want to do that. And dad's like, no, I want you to be alive and I want to spend time with you. And I don't want to, I think he knows every time that they go off on adventure, the likelihood of fate coming in and
it could be
creating the
his last
prophecy.
one,
Yeah,
and that's it.
He's like, I just want to be here in the safety of our home area.
Oh my god, it
It's
gets
deep, dude.
It gets very deep, especially towards that end. It just hits you very hard. And Kratos, he has changed so much compared to the last God of War.
Yeah.
And to his beginnings, it's just like, man, just seeing this character develop this much, and you just don't want it to see it end. And with this storyline, like I was telling these guys, it felt like it wasn't ending. And I think that kind of bothered me a little bit because I wanted to see the ending. But it kept going up and up. It kept climaxing, going up more and more. And I'm like, Jesus, but this is going to end bad. I can already feel it. You need to stop. You're giving me high hopes here because everything just going up, up, up. And it's just been, everything about this game has been and I can't believe I'm saying this, it has been a big improvement from the last one. And I can't believe that, how much it has improved with a simple concept from the last one.
I mean, like
Dialogue, storytelling,
Yeah.
like diving into characters that we want to know about more.
The development of the characters, it's just like, man, I thought the last one, there was no way to top it, but they did.
Yeah,
And that's
I mean,
what
like,
blows me away.
before this, like, was God of War for you guys, like, was that your favorite game of all time?
Yes.
Well, how was it for you, Jason?
Yeah, at that time frame, yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was mine.
Yeah. One of the things that I really appreciate about this is that the thing that bothered me about God of War 1 that I think was made it hard to get into is that it felt like I love the relationship between Kratos and Atreus, right?
Yeah.
But I felt like you were so alone in this world, this massive space, and I was like, and obviously I get the like mythology and stuff like that, but it's like, other than the two brothers that you run into to do like crafting and stuff like that, there wasn't many characters you interacted with. It was just Kratos and Atreus, and that was, and then obviously Freya, but it's very focused in on those two characters, almost to a fault in my mind.
I see.
And then this one just opened that up tenfold. And like, I mean, I've only played 8 hours of it, but it's like they expanded the brothers' characters so much. They've really dived deep into Atreus' character, and you have a bunch of new characters. I mean, I've already met like 4 or 5 new characters that are like rich and interesting and just like so much personality and stuff that I'm just like, how the hell?
Yeah, they really dive. Like, have you got to the squirrel part?
Yeah. So funny.
Fucking squirrel.
Fucking squirrel, man.
It's like
cracking me up.
interesting.
Yeah.
No, but like, where are these chimes? I want to hit them so he can talk
Did
to me
you know
more.
there's a secret dialogue? If you keep hitting it, he snaps.
Oh,
and
really?
He loses it.
Oh, I didn't know
Oh, that's
that.
funny.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, I just watched it today.
Like, I did not expect the squirrel, but I will say, out of all the stuff, out of all the characters, I felt like they really fucked up Odin.
Oh, really?
Nope. I said the same thing in the very beginning. but
His
you,
voice.
You just wait. Even his voice, after a while, like you only see him once you see him that second time.
Everything changes.
Everything changes.
Okay.
It's just so freaking, because at first I did not like Odin. I did not like Thor. But then after you dive into these characters a little bit more, because you're going, like you said, you meet all these characters, there's going to get to a point where you actually are very involved with these characters. And it is, the dynamic is just like, almost like a Game of Thrones level, where you're just like, wow, I'm super involved now.
Yeah. I liked the way that he did. It threw me off. I did not expect the voice that was voicing Odin at all. But when I heard it and like that whole interaction between like Odin and Thor at the very beginning, which, you know, has been shown in the trailers and stuff like that, like it took me a minute. I was like, man, this guy just sounds kind of like this wimpy, not wimpy.
He sounds like someone from California.
Yeah, but it's like but once
what is this?
Once I got into it more, I was like, okay, I kind of like, and I want to know who he is because I
love
recognize
the
that
actor.
voice.
He's so have you ever watched The Good Doctor?
No.
Oh dang.
But I know of him from
but you know who's
else.
playing Thor, right? Is Ryan Hurst from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
That's
and
cool.
then the one that's playing the mom, Freya, not Freya, but Atreus' mom. Faye.
Thank you.
That's the girl from Daredevil.
Oh shit. Okay.
So Richard, that guy, he voices Odin.
That's who I thought it was.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
But no, like at first Odin did bother me a lot, and I felt like they were doing a mafia thing at the very beginning. Like I just got that vibe. But like after getting involved with them even more, it is I love the story.
Okay, so we're in this mythical land. Sindri sounds American. But given the way he looks and his character, like it's believable. Then you see Brock, and it's like complete opposite of a Sindri. Right? He's this deep, harsher voice. And it's just like night and day, right? You got Kratos, which he sounds like Kratos, and then you have Freya, she sounds American, but it's fine. But then you have Mimir, and he's supposed to be this ancient guy, and he sounds ancient because of his accent. I don't know, like English accent.
Irish? I thought it was Irish.
It might be Irish. Yeah. Like they fill those roles, and then you see Odin, who's this ancient, powerful being, which you would feel like he would be someone of like, you know, big physique, very like when you see him, he brings this like aura around him, and you want to hear that voice. And I feel like the way Thor sounds, where he sounds American, is believable because everything about his voice really embodies who Thor is. Yeah. Okay. Even though it doesn't have like an accent, which I would assume it would, because I mean this is Norse mythology. It just really kind of took me out of that moment when the big bad came in, and he doesn't sound like a big bad. He sounds like a douche.
Well, he's sneaky. Well, he's Odin. He lies. He does shit.
Yeah. I mean, for me, he sounds like kind of the puppet master kind of character. How he's not the one that's doing the things. I mean, he's got his big muscle, who is Thor and all the other people. But he's like he's the puppet master that's controlling all the pieces.
Because for me, I know about some stuff of Thor's mythology, and I guess I kind of compare that to Odin in a way. Yeah, because he's a son of Odin. Thor's a son of Odin.
And then also, you're talking about a game that is like twisting the whole history of this. You know? Right. Like it's slowly twisted. As soon as you get more involved into Atreus Loki's story, and it's connected to Ragnarok and stuff like that, you realize what's happening was twisted just a little bit to make it fit in this game. And they did it well. And that's another thing that they did outstanding. Ragnarok, a lot of stuff that they pull from that is what happened, but a lot of it is how they just tweaked it just a little bit to follow Atreus' story and make him involved even more. And I think that's what I appreciated most out of it. But as for Odin, once you get to know him, I think the voice, in my opinion, the voice fit very well.
Like, I know what, Austin, I think what you're trying to get out of your head, and I see that, and that's what I would have expected too had I not played Valhalla. And like Valhalla kind of put me more into like, okay, well maybe this made more sense after having played that game.
Well, no, I'm just saying his voice.
David Morse.
Oh, yeah.
His voice
someone who seems old and ancient.
No, Michael
Clark Duncan.
Oh, Michael Clark Duncan.
I think he would have been a good Odin voice. Yes. You know what I mean?
Ancient,
old, and just...
a lot of vibrato, like, you know, maybe like if someone has a smoker's voice.
I agree with you. At first, it bothered me because they introduced it pretty early in the game. Yeah. It bothered me, But after like playing a little bit more, and he finally showed up like a lot more, I was just like, and you start filling it out. I'm like, okay, I believe this.
Yeah.
It's very
it
believable.
threw me off too, for sure. Though
Yeah.
it definitely was like I didn't expect it the way it came out. Beyond that, though, I mean, there's nothing bad about this game at all.
No, it's gonna trump God of War.
No, there's one bad thing, and I am like, I hate it. I hate it a lot.
Really?
You gonna tell us?
And they had the same issue in the last one. And BioShock Infinite is probably the best game that has done this properly.
Okay.
Is whenever you have AI point out something, they point it out. As for Atreus and Amir or whoever else is playing with Kratos running around, or Atreus, they say, hey, look at that. You look around and they're just running around, not even like directed at it, not even looking at it. It doesn't even highlight, and you're just trying, okay, there's something in this small area that he sees and he's not pointing it out, so I have to find it. You know how much time has been wasted of me doing that?
That's never happened to me.
Once it happens,
You're gonna get
I'm
there.
just kidding.
You're
I
gonna
swear to
get
God,
there.
once
It's
it
gonna
happens,
happen.
it bugs the living effort because you
That's
want
fair.
to collect everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you don't have to come back.
Right.
And I'm like searching around. I was just like, there has to be like a
Well, there was many
bird or
times that
something.
happened to me where he was like, "Oh, maybe you got to." Well, there was like the parts where you had to like use the stop the water with your axe.
Yeah.
The first time that I
that
encountered
was
that,
pissing me off.
He was like, I walk up there and he's
I'm like, obviously I throw it here, but nothing's popping up.
yeah, there was no
it's
like
gotta get worse.
notification of like there was no representation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's kind of like weird
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, because you have the whole long strip that's a color.
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
okay, any of this will work,
Yeah.
right? No.
Yeah, then it turns out you have to hit it in the right spot. I was like,
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
It's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
It's gonna get worse because there's something new with all that like puzzle stuff.
Yeah.
And that's one thing they did do that I appreciate compared to the last one. The puzzles are a little bit more. I gotta think. I don't like thinking a lot in games like this, but I appreciate it. It kind of slowed down the process a little bit instead of hacking slashing.
Yeah.
But you really have to think on some of these.
I mean, there were definitely moments where let's on the puzzle parts where I was like really stuck for a hot minute, and like Atreus would say something and be like, "Okay, cool." He's like, "Hey, do this thing," or "Hey, do that thing." I'm like, I don't see what you're saying. I'm walking around.
You needy asshole. Leave
And
me
I would
alone.
go around in circles
here.
like 10 times, and then when I
Hey.
see the answer, I'm like, "Oh my god, duh!"
Yeah.
but it just
That is like my only
That's
biggest
fair. That's
complaint.
fair.
I wish they would have improved on that. Like I said, with BioShock Infinite, I love that AI feature where she would grab ammo and just throw it at you.
Yeah,
She'll
yeah.
run around, actually search and throw shit at you. And I'm like,
that is great.
I
That's great.
loved it. It was amazing. And I kind of wish they would implement something kind of like this in that game.
Man,
could
that'd
be
be
like-
great if a Trace would be like, here, throw a health stone at you.
Yeah.
Like,
So
Right.
in the old God of War, in the last one,
He
you
would
can-
have some.
Yeah, well, you can upgrade him depending on what outfit he had. You can have him upgrade to where he can throw health stones every once in a while.
Right.
But I kind of wish he would like go off on his own and find those little hack silvers around. Be like, hey, Dad, I found this. Are you proud of me? Yes, boy.
well, I'm like, when he goes up there and like holds an enemy down, I'm like, bro, I don't need you to do this right now. Like everyone else is attacking me when I'm trying to attack the guy you're holding.
Yeah.
So stop it.
He gets aggressive, man. You can upgrade
gets
him where he
aggressive,
can get like
yeah.
super aggressive.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's a fun game so far. It's probably going to be the best game of all time, in my opinion.
Do you think Game of the Year this year
Oh, yeah.
out of Elden
So
Ring?
I was yes. Dude. Okay, there's going to be
This is gonna be the thing right now because I see it everywhere.
if fucking Elden Ring gets Game of the Year, I'm going to shit my pants.
I think it will.
Live
I
on
think,
stream.
I
We're
think
gonna
it's
talk
going to
about
beat
that
this.
in the next segment.
Elden
for
Ring's
sure.
gonna
I
beat
think it's
God of
going to
War?
beat this, unfortunately.
I don't think so.
I mean,
I
there's a
don't
lot of
want it
people
to.
that
I
I'm
think
hearing,
this should be
though,
Game of
that-
the Year.
I don't think so.
There's a lot of people I'm hearing that are saying, well, I think that it's going to come down to the fact of like, do you just care more for the story, which I mean, this is obviously going to be the best story of the entire year, or do you care about like really pushing the envelope in games? Because like this game, as much amazingness as it is, doesn't really like intensely push games forward other than on the story component. I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of the mechanics are things that we've seen before. I mean, it's all fantastic and it's polished to perfection.
Yeah.
But like Elden Ring, I know like was a game that people were like, oh my gosh, it's a game that doesn't help you in any possible way. And there's a lot of gamers out there that like that. But there's other gamers like myself who I'm like, I don't fucking care
Yeah, I
about
don't
that
care
shit.
about that.
I want you to help
Right.
me. I want Atreus to tell me where to go.
What you said right there is what I'm going to bet on for this accessibility.
Yeah.
I know Souls games have been getting a lot of hype and more people are getting into them.
Yeah.
But it's still not as accessible as it is.
Yeah.
Like this game.
Anybody can jump in and play this.
We both got that game, me and Jason. But what we do? Jason sold it back first, and I sold it back second.
Elden Ring.
Yeah, Elden Ring. No, Elden Ring. Yeah. So I'm like, well, if you're not playing, I'm not going to play.
Yeah, true.
So there's a lot of people who might get the game and might enjoy it, but will probably find a part where they're just like, fuck, this is just too hard.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Now I can go play this game where I can easily feel like a badass.
Yeah.
And have story in it, which isn't always, the main thing.
And plus, whenever I
Well,
explore, it helps me upgrade and get to that badass point.
Exactly.
And I love that. I mean, this game, like Elden Ring,
so
never
beautiful.
does it. Dark Souls never does it, and people complain about it all the time about wanting to have like difficulty settings or wanting to not have it. And I think, I mean, like I chose, I think like the second or third one in here, but it's like you go from Give Me Story, which was like just story, all the way up to Give Me God of War, which is like this is gonna be fucking hard. And like you have those options. I think that's great because it does open it up to everybody. Because like I don't want to play Elden Ring for the sole fact that I know it's going to kick my ass. I don't want to be pissed off.
I guess so.
And die and have to like restart a mission
in this game,
over and over again.
like even playing on normal, there's some stuff that it's going to take a lot of skill and a lot of time to master a lot of the stuff.
I died a couple times when I was playing in here. I was like, shit. Got pissed.
I guess it does really open up to really everyone just because of that fact. Because you have to master your skills, and if you want to upgrade the level and just have it more difficult, I guess,
A lot of people like
probably,
that, but I don't think the majority of gamers like that.
Yeah.
I think they like the idea of that.
Yeah, but
like we like the
you
idea
said,
of that.
like he said, it's there for it.
Yeah,
you can do it, but with the Elden Ring, you can't.
Yeah, get good.
Good.
It's really good, and I like that it's more open too than I thought it was going to be.
My God.
Like I know, like the first one was very, very linear, and this is still very linear. And it's like, you got like little markers on the wall that tell you like what you can climb on. It's like it very much holds your hand in a lot of places, except for the puzzles.
Yeah.
But it's like there is a lot of like I was going around every nook and cranny when I was going for that first city in Svalternheim or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I want a chest over here. I want to go over here. I want to go over here. And I found a lot of it just like kind of guides you in a circle.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that because there's so much detail. I just want to like look at this and I want to look at that. I want to look at this.
Oh yeah. No, I agree. I think
want to talk
that's
to this.
Yeah, there's just enough exploration here where it makes it fun and interesting.
Yeah.
But allows you to stay on the path.
Yeah.
Which is the problem I had with The Witcher 3 is that I felt at the time story like was driving me forward. But there's so many side quests, and it's like
there's a lot.
Okay, pick the side quest or pick the story, which I'm really interested in right now. So I just picked the main mission, which ended up I completed the game. I didn't do all the side quests, and then I was like, well, if I complete the game, whatever. Like, I'm not going to do the side quests now.
Yeah.
And this is like, oh, I know I can go off the path for like 10 minutes and then come right back. I mean, you get rewarded though. You find chests, you find
or you get your
upgradable-
pee smacked until you know you're not strong enough. Get back.
I haven't
to me a lot.
I haven't had that yet.
Yeah.
No, go away.
Just get good, man.
Yeah,
Get
pretty
good.
much.
Yeah.
Shit, it is Dark Souls.
Yeah, no, it's a really, really solid game. There's a lot of really cool twists and turns already. Like we haven't played all of it. One of my favorite things, actually, it's very subtle, but I love where I loaded the game up and you have like Kratos sitting there and he's like in the fire or whatever, and you have like the menu, and then you like press start, and the menu, he just stands up and the menu goes away. He just like walks in. I was
Just
like,
goes.
oh my god, that's so cool.
Oh man!
simple,
and then
but
that
so cool.
opening, dude.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Opening.
I mean, they're truly well.
so
I mean, the
good.
performances in this game are just
Oh my gosh.
phenomenal.
Oh, can you imagine playing this on PlayStation 4?
And actually,
Screaming.
no, I've actually seen screenshots of it. It looks pretty damn good. I mean, like surprisingly, it looks
I meant
good. but
noise wise,
it would
like
be,
it would be my
It would be
PlayStation
freaking
Pro would be
awesome.
like,
Yeah. So yeah, God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah.
It's high quality game right here.
way better than I was expecting.
Out of 10,
Worth every penny.
at least a 9.9 out of 10.
Yeah. Game of the year, yes.
What are
After
our-
the conversation about this is accessible to everyone, just because they can lower the difficulty, they can hike it up, and it's still as difficult to me as a Dark Souls game.
It can be.
It has
can
potential
be.
to be.
It can be.
Yeah.
It has
Yeah.
potential to be. But and you have to get good, in certain aspects. You really have to know your weapons, know what you're doing, and load it out correctly with whatever runes you need or whatever tactics you want.
There you have it, folks. God of War Ragnarok. Must buy.
Must
Go
buy.
get it now.